This episode is brought to you by Tabletop Dominion, purveyors of handmade dice and artisan gaming accessories. Why not head over to tabletopdominion.com and use the code BILLOW to enjoy 10% off your order? Who knows, maybe you will find your very own blue dice of power.
Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. It's Mike. We're so delighted to see a few more of you join us in recent weeks and months. I think we're solidly into double figures. If you have just joined us and you like what you hear, it would be great if you were to visit your podcast app of choice, Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Podchaser or Good Pods or Stitcher or whatever, and leave us a rating or a review. We love it. It helps with the algorithm, which helps get more people, and then I get to ask more people to rate and review us and so forth. The cycle goes round and round and the wheel of days turns for the time being. Anyway, that's it. I've got no other news or information. Oh, apart from the fact that you can find us on social media. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. And you can email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. That really is it. So let us push on with episode 141 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. This is Acid.
I've now gone into the water and now it's revivified again. So.
Not fully. It's
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Missing a tentacle.
Good evening.
Welcome, everybody.
Good evening,
readers.
Hello.
I'm here with Paul. What's left of Paul? Hello. Dr. Eusebio. Spider Lucas. A super furry animal. My favourite player. Socialist Aslan. That it's Dan. Argumentative Dan. Graham, Master of Rules. And, of course, Johnny.
Hello.
Recap. We kind of ought to just quickly... Shall I do a recap?
No, someone else can do one. As long as you don't recap the recap.
You do it. I won't recap the recap. You do it.
I think you should do random dice roll.
Random dice roll. Okay, looking around the table, rolling a d10.
I'll do the recap.
To my right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is you, Johnny. 7.
Well, I will take up Lucas's offer of the recap.
Of what?
So we're in a cave on the island where we think was the lair of Isenfen, and now we discovered an opening which we've come down, and there's a green pool of acid, and now we're fighting a weird tendrily creature, and it's also got a pool of obviously noxious alkali liquid or something that keeps all surging up, knocking us over and doing acid damage on us. We thought we'd done some damage on it, but now it seems to have gone into this pool again and revivified itself to a certain extent, got one of its tendrils back, even though Johnny lopped 2 of them off, and now it's breathed on us again. That's about where we are.
That is 100% correct. The template of horrible, poisony breathiness was a good prompt for that last little bit of remembrance. Now, a couple of things. It's
Remembrance.
Interesting
choice of word.
It's not
despondence, I think is my word.
It's not fully revivified. I think that's one thing that we should be clear about. I was probably vague last time.
No, but it's had a heal, hasn't it?
It's looking better than it was, and you thought that it was solidly bloodied. It's like a kind of weird hybrid between a kind of an ooze and a sort of 4-legged actual beast with weird skull-type multi-head arrangements going on. There's a picture. We'll put it on social stuff. And yes, we got to the point where it had breathed on Burple, Scalio, Tool and Parker. What I need from you first are DC 18 dexterity saves as the horrible, noxious, acrid steam bathes your very forms.
Rolling an 18.
12 is an 18 from Scalio Tool. It's the end of...
You have Ort dice if you didn't.
Yes, I'm going to use my Ort dice.
Yeah, a lovely feel of new Ort dice.
Well, yeah, I used it first round last time. I'm going to use it first round this time. What is that?
And unsuccessfully.
I'm going to use my Ort dice.
Well, I've got a D8, right?
4. Yeah, there's a 4. So you've got okay.
So I need a 7 or an 8 on a D8.
Yeah, you can make it. It's going to have to work for you.
Yeah.
So that's a D20.
8,
That's not me.
Oh, that's an 8.
Plus a D8.
Right, here we go. Here's the D8.
Oh, you're dicing as well.
Oh,
not
it
enough.
rolled off the
Not
8.
enough from Burple.
And a
Parker, are you using your Ort dice?
Yeah, and I got 11 plus... I got an 18.
An 18 is enough.
Yeah, so I take
Okay.
no damage.
So let's do the damage.
Evasion.
If you failed, you take... It is quite a lot of damage.
There's a lot of dice.
58 points
Whoa.
of acid damage. There's no way around that. That's just how much damage you did.
58.
If you saved You take 29 points of acid damage. That is scaly.
Yeah, I've got... This is acid, is it? Yeah?
It's acid, so if you're resistant, you take half of that, which means that you take 14.
No, I'm not resistant to acid.
Oh, well, okay. Parker, you take no damage. Now, let's do the constitution saves that come along. You wait around for hours and hours.
What do these do?
To come along at once. This is a DC 16 constitution save. Now, this is a poison effect. If you're immune to poison, you don't need to worry. If you're resistant to poison, you still need to worry.
Oh, hold on.
Parker, you are immune to poison, so you don't need to worry. 2 from Scaly.
Hurrah! Sometimes something's going on.
Oh, can I just... sorry.
Burp.
What did Burple miss by
2.
on your saving throw? Don't you get +3 from being within 10
You are,
of
yeah.
4?
I do! Oh, well done, Graham.
Thank you, Graham. I forgot about that.
Really?
In your
Make
face.
all the difference in the world.
Scaly is Graham's little avatar.
Yeah,
Ever since he got sight of your character sheet, Paul,
I know.
you've been rescued from so many things.
Well,
Anyway,
I haven't been rescued
Burple,
there.
you-
Burple's been rescued there.
So Burple took 29 points. And then we're on the constitution saves. Burple has got a 10.
Yeah.
So he's got a 13 with the +3.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Scaly has got a 2,
It's got 7.
which is a 10 with the +3.
No, that includes a +3.
That includes...
Yeah. I rolled a 2. I get
So
+5.
both of you have failed the constitution save.
Yeah.
Burple's used his Ort dice, but Scaly, you've not yet used your Ort dice tonight. Because we're in the first
Has anyone
action
failed
of
this
the
bit of
first
save?
round.
God. Yes.
Just soaking up the Ort dice.
Right, then I'm using my Alt dice, and I get a 17.
So you're fine. Burple, Herpish, you lose a point of strength. It's important because it makes it more difficult to make those saves when the water surges later on. And we move on. Oh no.
I have a concentration check to make, I think.
Oh, you do. How much damage was that? 29? It's a DC 14 constitution save.
But my warcasting does apply here, because it's damage.
What does that mean? You get advantage.
I get advantage.
This is a formality, therefore. It's going to be absolutely fine. First dice is going to do it. First dice is going to do it.
Does it?
Does it?
Does it?
As I
Well,
said.
there you go.
And then this creature moves back into the lake. And we move on to 17 and a Scaly.
Have we established how deep, if anything, this water is?
Nobody's been in it.
Is it a puddle or is it a pool, do we think? I can't, this is the most annoying thing ever because I just can't.
Does it appear to be wading or floating on the water?
Yeah.
Well, it appears to be one with the water. I mean, I think, nevertheless, I think you should get a perception check, Tool.
Getting a 9.
It could be wadeable.
Yeah, right. Absolutely nothing I can do.
The DCs of in 5th edition, which basically is just like
Yeah.
kindergarten DCs, I would say that that's enough. You think that it's wadeable. You think it's wadeable. You don't think it's some like secretly super deep pool.
Right, I'm going to wade up to it. I've got mobility.
Okay.
Oh, as soon as I go into the water,
Yeah.
something happens.
Yeah, as soon as you go into the water, something happens. That's exactly correct. As we'd all
The acid
guessed
drops
ages
off your
ago.
legs.
Yeah, the acid drops off your legs, precisely. You take... Oh, my... Oh, okay. Fine. No. I read something there that was the wrong thing, and I just thought you basically melted. But you don't melt. You're fine. Ish. Fine-ish. You take... You're not water-based, are you?
No,
That makes you sound like a board marker.
I'm a permanent marker.
So you don't dissolve. I'm afraid there's no saving throw. You take 21 points of acid damage.
Look at that. A 6 and 3 5s on 4d6.
Not just any 4d6, Bonds. The blue 4d6 of power. Yeah, that pool doesn't feel like a great place to be, Scaly.
No.
On we go.
Right, well, it's only the first part of my round, so what I can do is I can have 3 attacks at advantage, and then I'm going to get the shitting fuck out of there.
The shitting fuck.
The shitting fuck out of there.
It's like Noel Coward is in the room.
Armor
with
class
us. Okay.
29.
That is a hit.
Machete damage number 1 is
Yeah.
13 points
Yes.
with a divine smite.
What kind of damage?
Slashing. And he's going to
Just
divine...
the divine smite. Is that like radiant or something? Radiant.
Yes, radiant damage of 11 points of radiant.
Got it. Okay. All of that seems to land. All of that seems to go through.
Right, second attack at advantage.
It's not quite bloodied, but it's not looking great.
Natural 20.
Okay.
So,
You roll the dice twice.
Well, I would roll.
Thank you.
I would roll to confirm because it might say maximum damage or something like that.
Good point. Yeah, roll to confirm.
armor class 22.
Armor class 22 is a hit. Let me deal you a card from the critical deck.
Oh, here we go. Slashing. Maximum damage and roll the damage dice again.
Okay, so what we're going to say is that you do double maximum. Yes?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, because you would do
Yeah.
maximum damage on the original hit, and then you roll the dice again.
So that's 34. Roll the dice again. 34, 44,
Okay.
46. And then...
You just roll the dice again. You don't know the modifier again.
7.
41.
41.
41. And then final attack.
Got 3 attacks because you're hasted, of course.
Armor class 23.
Is a hit.
Doing further
Ooh,
16
what
points of
an
damage.
Bloody hell.
And
How
then...
much was that? That's bigger than Buggy's round, I think.
No idea. I wasn't keeping tally. Mike, how much damage in total?
I don't know. I don't write any of this down. I just work out when I decide that they're going to die, and then... No,
Well,
it's no
24 with
idea.
your first hit.
No, it wasn't as much as Buggy. Right, on we go.
And then,
But-
no, a minute. I haven't finished. I've got to move. Get out of this place.
24, 34,
Oh.
40.
You sure?
That was like 85 points of damage.
Yeah, but I don't get attacks of opportunity against me because of my mobility.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Is there anywhere I can take cover? I'm just...
No, but you want to spread.
Yeah. Maybe what I want to do is go to like the southeast corner, just before...
Near the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, near the bottom
Okay,
of the pit.
because Sessions is dangling above you on the...
Nearly,
on the
yeah.
sweepstake.
If that's where it says, yeah, I'm basically got
Mhm.
Sessions above me.
Okay, not ideal.
Okay. Since Sessions seems to be controlling your every action, probably quite
Yeah.
appropriate. On we go to Burple on 11.
Well, Burple's going to do another Dissonant Whispers, I suppose. Does it want to try and resist?
Wisdom save DC whatever, right?
17.
17. It, with a 10, makes that save.
God, it's got +7, fucker. Okay, well, it takes 15 points of damage. Psychic damage.
It's looking unhappy. To be honest, I think it was established early on that this thing has really not got a sense of humour anyway. So, it probably always looks unhappy.
That's Burple's go.
Back to the top on 21. Sessions, the dragons observe you. And now it is your action.
This is my action, is it?
It is your turn.
Heal me.
I keep healing you. How wounded are you?
About a third.
What does that mean in real numbers?
He's got 48 left.
Parker has 43.
Ooh.
I mean, we're all super motivated to keep Paul alive, right? To keep Scaly alive, because we can't face him bringing in another character.
Exactly. Although, as long as his magic doesn't disappear this time, you know.
Yeah,
His
it
magic
works to our
didn't disappear.
advantage.
His magic
I
came
mean,
back.
It's looking unhappy, Graham. Can you do some damage on it?
Well, I was thinking maybe I could do shatter on it or something.
Yeah.
The last time you opted, instead of saving one of Paul's characters with healing and going for the offensive spell, it didn't go that well.
Paul, did you... Sorry, did I
That's a
understand
fact why
correctly? You
you've
didn't
got
suffer any
Scaly with
adverse
you.
damage of wading into this water?
They did.
I
It
did.
quite a lot of acid damage.
Oh, you took acid damage, right.
Yeah,
I'll try some damage this round. I'll heal you next round. How about that?
that's right.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Mike, I cast shatter on it.
Can you tell me about it? Is it like save to half kind of thing?
Yeah. Thunder damage.
What's the DC of the save?
Constitution DC 18. I just want to check something before you roll anything. Can I just...
Yes, of course.
I think I have a channel effect that I might want to use.
Is this some sort of damage maximization
Yes.
thing? Right.
But I don't know whether it's when I have to use it. That sort of
I don't know whether or not it's either.
Okay, I can't find it right now, so
We're just going for it as per standard.
yeah.
It seems utterly unaffected by the shatter spell.
Okay. That's
I'm very sorry to say. Are you sort of peering round the bottom of the tube to do that?
yeah, I poke my head down and then I float up the tube.
That's the end of sessions on 21. On
Yeah.
20. Here we go. It's surge time again.
So I get to
We're going to make our...
Opposed check.
Yeah.
opposed rolls. Excellent.
I get a
Jesus
19 in total.
fucking
Blue dice of
blue dummies.
God, this is a slog.
I'm going to get 16.
You
You're
said
gonna protect
we're
yourself,
up on the
right?
tables.
Parker is fine.
Right.
Burple is fine. Buggy is not. Scaly is not. Sessions, you aren't. Right? Because you're only 7 feet above the ground. You're at the bottom of the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to save either yourself or Buggy?
Oh, but
It's too late for Scaly, because Scaly's too close to the pool.
myself, clearly. Buggy's
Okay,
indestructible.
so Uncle Buggy and Scaly O'Toole, DC 15 strength saves, please. Scaly gets 22, which is a save. Uncle Buggy gets a...
I get advantage because I'm raging on my... so +9 onto this. 25
What, because of...
because I'm raging.
Ah, okay. Well, you take...
5.
Okay, so both of you are knocked prone, and you both take half of the following acid damage. Still quite significant. 31 points of acid damage, Buggy. So you take a quarter of 31 points.
Yeah.
7 points of acid damage. And Paul, you... Paul? Paul?
There's something.
What's happening to Paul?
Are you okay, Paul?
Paul, you're going a funny colour, Paul.
Which
Paul,
part?
that cuts out the water in your tank has gone astray.
What's that noise?
Is everything okay?
What's that?
Don't like the
Something
look
in
of
that.
that.
There's a... What does that... That dial, that can't be good.
Paul seems to be bubbling.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. So, Lucas, can we do that? Can we fix this? Is this fixable?
Oh, I don't know. Too
you do
many
it here?
wires dangling out. I'm going to have to get the soldering iron, take it down to the lab, I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, if you do that,
Put him on the
let's see how
scope.
you get on. Okay. We'll just have to live without you for a bit.
All right. Oh, God, it's sticky.
Right. Well, that was unpleasant. Let's hope Lucas has some luck with that. This is cozy, just
He knows
four of
what
us,
he's
but
doing.
let's push on. Hopefully he'll be back soon. That was 20. That was the layer action on 20. The waters recede, and we move on. On 19, who's running Parker? Do we roll a dice?
Roll a dice, yeah.
1 to 3, Johnny. 4 to 6, Dan. Dan is running Parker.
Okay.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Parker
oh.
is going to take a running jump off the ledge out
Yes.
to the thing and dive headlong into it.
Strange, because that's exactly what Scaly O'Toole was going to do.
Just embed himself.
Arrow-like in the side of this oozy monster. I'm going to have to read up on what Parker can do.
Fangs of the fire snake.
Take your time.
Well, you do it then, Johnny.
Yeah, he's got...
No, that's the only thing I remember. Fangs of the fire snake.
Fist of unbroken
And
air.
lots of
Fist of
dice.
unbroken air. Yeah. How many key points has he got?
No idea. Who's got his character sheet?
I'm just opening the character sheet. Just give me a second.
He has 5.
He has 5 key points left. Does he
Well,
now?
he has current 5, so I guess that means 5 left.
Lots more room around the table
Yeah.
with those two
Less
gone.
cozy. Am I?
What?
Am I reading his character properly?
I don't
I don't know.
He can do a fireball at will.
Doesn't it cost him a key point?
I don't know. It's just in
Is
his
it
list of spells. 3rd level spell, fireball at will.
He can cast fireballs. He's done one already on this thing.
8d6.
It does say it will, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Well, that's what I'm looking. Spellcasting, druid,
It's not druid.
disciple of the elements. You can cast spells spending 4 key points to increase the spell effect. Oh. Includes base key point cost for the spell. Play 4 key points on the spell, and he's got 7.
What?
It costs 4 key points apparently to cast.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is
Okay.
Flames of the Phoenix. Yes, you can spend 4 key points to cast Fireball. It's called Flames of the Phoenix.
But he's only got 5.
So I probably don't want to use them all up in one Fireball.
No.
Fangs of the Fine.
Fangs
You
of
can
the
increase your
Fine.
reach with Fangs of the Fire Snake by 10 feet, and it deals fire damage instead of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It also deals an extra 1d10 fire damage. So, what's his speed? Sorry about this, I have to,
No. This is exactly.
Walking speed is 70 feet.
When Lucas tottled off to the lab, I thought we're going to get
10,
loads done now with only 4 of us. But of course, we aren't, are we?
20. I mean, he can move. He can get within range of it.
Right.
The water is where the water is. Is that correct? On the map.
The water is where it's marked on the map. Yeah.
So Parker could get to the south.
Run
of
all the way
it.
round and
Yeah.
stand right.
By
at the
my
base of the
calculation, it's
pit
50 feet to there, leaving him 20 feet.
in the southeastern nook.
Yeah. He could then
Okay.
do Fangs of the Fire Snake for 1 key point, hit it
Yes.
for the whole round, and each attack does D10 extra damage.
Right. Well, let's.
Is that right?
let's-
Sorry, I'm just reading this. Where's it gone? When you use the attack
On the-
action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to increase your reach 10 feet.
Mm-hmm. 2 10 feet or an additional 10 feet.
It says you can increase your reach brackets 10 feet, close brackets.
Oh, okay.
So you decide with your unarmed strikes
That sounds like
for the rest
the
of
way
the
that it's
turn.
worked. Yes, and that's called Fangs of the Fire Snake.
That's Fangs of the Fire Snake.
And when you do so, you then.
If you spend 1
do-
key point when the attack hits, it also deals an extra D10 fire damage. Okay.
each attack.
Yes.
I remember him doing that. I definitely remember him doing that
But he can't really get away from it effectively.
because he's got about another 20 foot worth of
Yes.
movement, unless he runs up the wall, up the pipe.
Can he do that?
Yeah, he can run up vertical surfaces as if they were horizontal.
And the pipe
Scaly
is-
O'Toole is standing at the base of the pipe. Well, you got a nook.
How wide is the pipe? What's the radius?
The pipe is 15 feet by 15 feet. It basically covers
Right.
all of that area in the corner of the room.
Right. So he could run straight up the wall of the pipe 20 feet. He'll do that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hadn't realised that.
Fine. Well, let's try the first attack. Let's see
Okay, so how many attacks does he get, first of all?
I think
2.
he gets 3, and I think he can spend.
2.
Oh, 2.
2 per action.
Okay, and he can spend a key point, which he does sometimes, to get a third.
So maybe he should do Fist of Unbroken Air instead.
Right. Oh, no. And
It does 3d10 and it's got a range of 30 feet.
okay,
Oh, is that one key point?
it's a single attack, isn't it?
It's
he
2 key
basically
points.
tries. Yeah, and he concentrates a sort of area of air
Yeah.
that powers into the target.
The
And
creature
then I have
gets
to make
a
a saving
save.
throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets a save plus an extra 1d10 bludgeoning damage for each additional key point you spend. So if I spend 3, that would be 4d10, etc. You can push a creature up to 20 feet away from you and knock it prone.
Yes, but the saving throw is against that.
The creature takes half and you just not pushed back. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so I think rather than running up the pipe, unless everybody disagrees, I think he would just do it from there.
So he runs to the edge of the shelf.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
After all that planning,
any luck? How are you getting on?
I don't know, it's some weird stuff. It just doesn't come off the hands properly. I don't know. I've tried all sorts of
Have you
cleaning
tried?
fluids. It's like I'm feeling like Lady Macbeth or something. It's
Have you
Swarfiga,
tried
I
replacing
think.
the negative power coupling? Because that's what it was last time.
yeah. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with the
Okay.
boost converters. It's
something fundamentally wrong.
Those always were a bit twitchy.
Yeah.
Those T61s. Okay, well, let's push on. Basically, all we've managed to do is not have your turn since you left.
What?
So I was like, I think he's going to
Taking
go.
us
He's going to
10
step forward.
minutes.
I started with Fangs of the Fire Snake. So the options I thought, Lucas, so you were there. I reckoned that you could move round to here.
Here, dear reader, is right in the south of the chamber.
Yeah.
Why don't I give you a little bit of an overview of this cavern? Because I think it's all been a little confusing. Think of Mickey Mouse's head. The main body of the head of Mickey Mouse, with the nose and the eyes, is the central area of the cavern. And then we've got 2 raised areas, basically where Mickey Mouse's ears are. One to the northwest, one to the northeast. Does it make sense? Bottom right-hand corner, Mickey Mouse's face. He's got Bell's palsy. So the bottom right-hand side of his face is drooping down disconcertingly. And that is a little niche
It
in the
looks more
corner
like
of
a
the
sort of
bottom
rather
of the cavern,
distressed
which...
clown.
Okay.
2 big eyes, a nose, and a very open mouth.
Right, well, I think
Okay,
you've given
I
them
mean, I
more,
could see
a
that.
more than adequate picture there, dear reader, of the situation. So on we go.
Okay, so Lucas, by my
Lucas,
calculation,
yeah.
my calculation,
Calculacan.
you could step forward. You could
Calculacan.
Boom, shakalaka boom.
you could step forward and do your Fist of Unbroken Air, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought you could run round to here, do your Fangs of the Fire Snake, and then
Yeah.
run up the wall 20 feet up into the shaft.
Why would I need to run up the wall?
Well, so you're not next to it, basically. But if you want to stay there, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, if so, I was thinking I could go to here and do Fangs of the Fire Snake.
Yeah, but
and then
it's
go
only got
back
10
to
foot
here.
reach, hasn't it? It's only got 10 foot range, Fangs of the
It's
Fire.
15 foot reach.
Well, that's open to interpretation, isn't it? That's what we were debating.
You increase your reach 10 feet.
It says brackets 10 feet. It doesn't say by 10 feet or to 10 feet. So it could be either.
We can't have had this wrong for 100 episodes.
We could.
Yeah, we could.
God.
Yeah,
Probably
not
need
that
to
I'm
read
accusing
any-
Lucas or anything, but you know,
in the source
you
material.
think you know people.
It's a terrible miscalculation.
Kalakalikan.
In the book, it says your reach with your unarmed strikes increases by 10 feet for that action.
Yes, there you go.
Thank goodness.
There you
20
go.
odd minutes in,
Anyway, so I was thinking, what?
and the
Or
Any
alternatively,
gold
what I could
award
also
goes to-
do is I could try Fist of Unbroken Air, which would knock it out of the pool and back into the corner, which would mean that Buggraft and
Yes,
Scaly
please.
could have an attack at it.
Yeah,
Can't get
But
it.
it gets a saving throw against
Unless
that,
I jump on him.
which is
probably
going to
make.
decide to make, yeah.
But it also does take damage, so...
But half damage on a save. Or you could do another fireball.
and
I will
oh,
move to here and I will do Fist of Unbroken Air on it.
so you're moving to the eastern
Moving to
extremity
the
of
edge,
the
yeah, to the eastern
edge of the
extremity
pool.
of the
Yeah, yeah.
pool.
in the lower bit. Right, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do I have to make a saving throw? What's the DC?
You have to make a DC 15 strength saving.
Here we
throw.
go.
Do it.
Rolling.
Do
You will
it.
get a 1.
Roll a
Oh,
14
fucking hell.
and save comfortably. So I take half the damage if you don't get pushed anywhere, right? Roll the damage.
Half of 7.
3 points.
Half of
Great.
7.
Yes, 3
Three.
points of damage.
On 3d10, you roll a
Three.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's taken us 10 minutes. And
Slow
you've done
and
3
inefficient.
points of damage.
Don't take the piss.
But
Well, on 18, it's Uncle Buggy.
Right, so I'm going to stand up from prone. What's that, 15 feet?
15 feet.
Then start moving to the southern edge of the lake. So that's 15, 20. Is that difficult ground down the slope? Can I just jump over it?
You've got your magic jumping.
No, I haven't. I'm not
Oh.
tuned.
No, it's difficult ground then. Costs you 2
Okay,
squares.
so 15.
That will cost you 2 squares.
So I'm right at the southern edge of the lake.
Yes.
Can I jump on top of him?
Can you jump onto it?
I mean, how
Is that what you
deep's
wanna
the
do?
lake? Can I see the bottom?
It's wadeable. Scaly ran in.
It also does damage.
Scaly is 6'5", and he took quite a bit of damage. He took 20 odd points of damage. No saving throw.
Oh, right.
But you're not 6'5". You're 3'2"
no, if I'm
or
taking-
something, which means that it's not wadeable for you.
Do I think I can jump on top of it and stay attached?
You make an athletics check.
And then sort of is there anything to grab onto?
Yes, I think what we'd do is we would make an athletics check, and then you would make an attack roll trying to do a grapple, and then after that point, if you succeeded in the grapple, you would be clinging onto it. It's got,
Slimy coating.
yes, it's a sort of gelatinous kind of substance.
So, Sessions, are you controlling the water at all?
I'm still concentrating on it, so I've been trying to stop the surging.
Yeah, we make an opposed check using our spell.
The first time I
ability.
failed, but close. The second time I failed,
Both times you failed.
but less
Yeah.
close.
I don't know whether I should...
How wounded do we think it is?
That's pretty much dead.
Solidly bloodied. It's more than half. Your problem is that it seems to have some capacity to
Regenerate.
re-energize itself. Periodically, it seems to be recovering damage faster than you would expect, but also at the point where it disappeared when the whole surge ran last time, when it re-emerged from its pool, it seemed to be restored, and it had restored one of its severed tentacles that Buggy had chopped off.
So
But can
do we
Buggy
need to
attack it
fire
from
on
there?
it?
Friend Guide Storyteller, those tentacles are a touch attack that deal acid damage just by being touched by its tentacles.
Okay, I'm not moving. I don't know what to do. I mean,
something, for God's sake.
yeah.
What's the reach of these?
as ever, quick and efficient.
It's been a slow night.
I'm going to stop raging and do a guiding bolt to it.
Yes. Does it?
So here we
roll
go.
it's an attack roll. Here we
It
go.
is an
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
roll. +7 onto this
This is
dice roll.
exciting. This is so exciting. Here we go. Oh,
Oh, I rolled a
off the 20 and onto an 8.
15.
15 is a miss, I'm afraid.
What was that, an 8? Shall I use my dice?
Fine. Yeah.
Okay,
you've got
I'm
your
going to
dice
roll
there.
again. +7 on this.
Yeah, and add a d8. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh well, that's
24.
Okay.
Great. Right, so
20, yeah, yeah.
that was... Sorry, I should have said that I was doing it as the 3rd level. 4th level. 7d6.
doing it as a 3rd level, 4th level.
4th level. 7d6. 29 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
30 damage.
Radiant.
Radiant, sir.
Radiant. Next attack on it has advantage.
Okay. It's looking even more wounded. But now it's it. And the first thing that happens is
fuck.
it looks less wounded. Not like, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's not eating away all of your progress. It is going to roll a d6, getting a 5. We've got Uncle Buggy in the top left ear, Mickey Mouse's top left ear. We've got Parker in the top right ear. We've got Scaly O'Toole in the weird droopy mouth part. We've got Burple to the north. I don't think it's going to leave its lake. It will move towards Scaly O'Toole, staying inside the lake. And it's going to attack with its tentacles. Scaly's armor class without, basically in Pathfinder parlance, his touch armor class. I think it was 14 the last time he was with us. It's going to attack 3 times. First attack.
Does it not have disadvantage?
Oh, you're right. So that was 26. And then the second attack hits armor class 25. So the first attack is a hit.
Yeah.
Second attack only hits armor class 13. And then the third attack rolling at disadvantage. First attack hits armor class 15, which is a hit. Second attack hits, yes. So he takes the following acid damage.
He could be in a lot of trouble.
He's quite wounded, wasn't he, last time?
Yep.
25 points of acid damage. Do we to do it in separate
No.
blocks?
25.
Okay.
Fine.
And then this thing is going to move away again, back into the middle of the pool. Can somebody give me a perception check? Anybody that can see it, basically.
Scaly gets.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
22.
That fourth tendril
He's back.
that was chopped off, you can see a kind of nascent.
It's
nub.
regenerating.
Yes. Do I need to draw you a picture? I hope not, because it would be a horrible, horrible picture. On 17, it is Scaly O'Toole.
I guess Scaly needs to make a concentration save, doesn't he? By his haste.
He does. 25, half the damage dealt, so
She
DC
possibly
12
needs to do it
concentration save.
twice.
It's 2 DC 10 saving throws.
Okay.
Whichever way we do it, it's going to be 10. It's going to be the higher number, isn't it? He's got incredible saving throws.
13. Yeah, 14. So he does
Okay.
save.
So he could heal, move, hit, move.
I don't know
So
that
you
he
get a bonus
can.
action that you can use
I think he's.
with haste.
Have we had a long rest?
No.
So I
Not
think
since-
he's used his lay on hands.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
I think he used it
He
last
used his lay on hands.
So he has
Yeah.
65
Use
points.
these
I think he's
lay on
done
hands.
that.
He has. Yep.
No, he doesn't have cure wounds.
Right,
So
you
how
can't
many
heal
points
him.
is he on, sorry?
Currently,
Mm-hmm.
7.
Ooh,
So
ouch.
we're not run into the pool then.
No,
You've got a heal, right, Graham?
I'm going to check that in a second. I'm just seeing what else he can do.
He must have a heal.
He doesn't. He hasn't got heal as a spell.
Has he got any range damage?
He has a breath weapon.
Oh, right.
Well, he might as well
Green,
use-
poison.
Do
I
15.
think that's not going to do any good, is it?
No.
Don't know. What's he attack with? The sword? Long sword?
Something called the Massive Chopper of the Mist Marsh.
So we get the next attack on it as advantage.
Can he fly?
Can
No,
he
he
fly?
can't, because Sessions had to ferry him down.
I mean, you could argue that he could step there and be squeezing effectively in that square and reach it. Mike, can you stand in this square?
That's tight. I mean, that's more,
Squeezing.
I think my general criteria is more than 50% pool. You're squeezing. Yeah.
At disadvantage? So you'd
Yeah,
be
you'd be at
attacking at
disadvantage.
disadvantage. So it would be a normal attack.
Yeah. Vow of enmity.
Yes.
And then he can use disengage from the haste, yeah? So he can walk away.
Does he have mobile?
Yes.
So he doesn't need to. He can use his extra hasted action as an attack action, which gives him another 2 attacks, doesn't it? It's a
No,
normal
one
action.
attack. One weapon attack only.
Is it?
One of them is at advantage, isn't it, because of my spell?
It doesn't matter how many advantages.
It doesn't matter.
Disadvantages.
It doesn't matter how
If
many you have
one
on
of
either
each
side of the
or
balance.
more of
Right.
each, they cancel each other out.
Yeah. Exactly. The whole thing collapses. So.
His axe. Are you familiar with his... You presumably understand his axe, the massive...
The Great Chopper. No, I don't. I might have a note somewhere of what we discussed. Why? What's the question about the axe?
It's got a
not
load of
an axe,
notes
it's
at the bottom of it.
Mhm.
So it does like entangle once long, rest grasping vine once in 7
Yes, that's
days.
right. Yeah.
Plus 2d6 radiant damage versus evil outsiders and undead.
Yeah.
It's 5 foot long and it's got a red handle. And an
That's
iridescent blade. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that. We'll give it a go at whacking and then stepping away, yeah?
Let's do it. Off we
It's
go.
3 strikes, does he? And then
Yeah.
he's out. Yeah.
Yes. 3 strikes and out. Yep.
First hit, 23.
There's a hit.
Plus 6, so
13 points.
Okay. Well, that's kind of...
Got it.
And then the next attack. Ooh,
Okay,
armor class 15. It's probably a miss.
That is a miss. And then the final attack. That is a hit.
Bloody hell. 6.
1, 6,
5.
11, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
You got there in the end. Burple on the
I'm
lever.
going to do a
Poo.
spell. Can it make
Yes.
a wisdom saving throw? DC
You can try.
17.
I don't think it's got a great wisdom save. No, it hasn't. Here we go. It fails that save. It is going to choose to make that
Okay,
save.
so it takes half of the following damage. Half of 25, so 12 points.
12 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
Got it. Done. Anything else from Burple? Tucked away, hiding
Tucked away nicely in the
northern
corner.
part of Mickey's ear.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
fine.
okay.
He's fine where he is.
21. Stuff is going on upstairs. Sessions on 21.
Well, I'd like to do something interesting, but it looks like I'm going to have to heal Scaly again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you're healing him, you're not having to heal someone else, so it's not the end of the world. You could let him die, actually, I suppose.
You got anything with
Steal
loads
his
of
item.
damage?
Sorry?
Anything with anything doing loads of damage?
Well, I could do stuff that does damage.
I could do with the cloak
he's almost
displacement,
dead, isn't
actually. They're quite expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, I thought,
Very expensive, I
More
think.
expensive than we could afford.
More wealth than you
I
could
don't know, I
imagine.
could imagine quite a lot.
What sort of damage can you do?
Well, I guess I could summon my spirit guardians.
Oh, that would be good, because that would counter the regen, probably.
Potentially, I could then stand in front of Scaly, try and keep it away from Scaly, maybe. I would be not controlling the water anymore, so that might be a problem for us. Or I can do the healing. I don't know.
Hasn't it used its choosing to save thing? Have you got something?
We think it might
where-
have.
Well, he's not going to get another one, is he?
I don't know.
So now's your time to do your nasty spell, like banishment or something.
Could try banishment. Or do I have to heal Paul?
I mean, I suppose I could go and heal Paul. I'd only do 3d8. Hasn't he got a potion of healing from the chest?
No, he wasn't there, was he? He wouldn't have got one.
Well, I
Yeah.
could
He wasn't in the allocation.
go and give him a potion of healing or pour it down his gullet.
When the time comes, but let's stick with sessions.
Okay, I will endeavour to keep him in the battle, so I will cast heal on him again.
It's another 70 hit points,
No, I
right?
can't cast it at 6 levels, I have to cast it at 7th level, so it's 80 hit points.
Bloody hell. On...
And I'm going to fly a little bit further up the tube. Actually, probably I'm not going to do that because I need to be able to see the water in order to control it.
On 20, it disappears in a vortex of darkness.
What? What the hell's going on?
Parker on 19.
I try and attack it through that vortex of darkness, even with range. Attack at disadvantage, or what kind of? Or are we talking total cover?
Yeah, it's
-4?
total obscurement. I've got the rules open somewhere, I think. You effectively suffer from the blinded condition,
No, if I'm attacking from outside into it.
and you might have to make a bit of a guess as to where it might be or not be. But I mean, that's completely up to you. But I think if you were to target a particular square or an area and say, I'm attacking it into that area on the understanding that the creature is there, you may be wrong. It may not be there, but that's something we could separately determine. But were it to be there, we would resolve those attacks at disadvantage. And then you would know or not know whether or not you get the general idea.
Just wondering how long this lasts. You got any dispel magics sessions?
Do I have...
The thing is, I have key points left for another one of these Fangs of the Fire Snake, and after that, I'm into, just bashing it territory.
Well, yes, eventually, when it gets around to me, Dispel Magic is an option.
So I'm wondering whether it's worth saving my better attack until my better attack is going to have a chance of hitting it. It's going to be at least -4.
Ready.
Yes, but if I ready,
You have to get in
then I only
position.
get 2 attacks.
If you're ready, you only get 1 attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use your
So
reaction.
you could do your Fist of Unbroken Air.
Yes,
Yeah, but then
precisely.
I've got no more key points.
You can't.
Nobody said it would be easy.
Could just do. Actually, yeah. No, alright. I will try a cantrip. I will make an attack on the square that's basically in the centre where I remembered it being.
Yep, so you're taking a punt
will
that it's
do-
still where you thought it was.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Hurl a produce flame at it.
Okay, is that an attack roll
no,
at
that's the
disadvantage? Oh
wrong
my
one.
goodness gracious
That
me. Well, okay.
Okay.
I mean, you've rolled a 20 there with the first roll.
Oh, right.
So
Brilliant.
you've rolled an absolute stack of dice, and then roll your other
Yes.
d20 for
No, I rolled
disadvantage.
it all. So basically, rolling 1d20, that's a hit.
Yeah, but it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
So you've got to roll the other d20,
Yeah, hang on.
and whichever is the lower,
So this
Yeah.
one, the one coming up.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting a 15,
Which is
Which
a
is
22 in total.
which is a hit.
Right.
If it's there, what damage have you done?
6 plus 2 plus 5?
13 points of fire damage
yes.
is what you're saying.
13
okay.
points of fire damage.
Okay, well, you don't know. You don't know.
Then,
You don't hear it go,
How? And then I will move back onto the table.
On 18, it's Uncle Buggy.
Right, I'm going right up to the north edge of the room.
Top of
Mickey
Mouse's
Mouse's
top left ear. Yeah.
Then I'm going to do an ice storm, 20-foot radius, centered. So it's not going to get anybody, but it should cover the whole of the vortex.
Does cold damage and it does whatever, right?
2d6 bludgeoning, 4d6 cold, and then difficult terrain until the beginning of the end of my next turn.
The difficult terrain is because of
Hailstorm.
iciness.
It's not just the ground.
Hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. We'll get to that in a second. So you're saying that the hailstones actually in the air make it difficult to move.
Yeah,
So flying through the ice storm would also be difficult terrain.
I think that's what we used to play in Pota.
It's slightly differently worded from Sleet Storm, which actually explicitly says the ground.
Cool.
I'm doing it as a 4th level spell. 2d8 bludgeoning damage. Let's roll that to start off with.
Yeah, and 46 cold damage on a failed save.
4. That's 19 points of damage, save to half. Dexterity save. DC 15.
You roll a saving throw, you don't know whether or not it's there.
And I'm sort of hiding behind one of the rocks or whatever it is, taking cover.
Give me a stealth check.
+2 onto this. 22.
Oof.
Natural 20.
Disappear. Yeah, disappear. Okay. The next thing that happens.
It's horrendous.
It's horrendous.
It's
I thought you said
about
it's
to-
horrendous.
that
It moves slowly. It's got to make its way through 20 feet of difficult ground, correct?
Yeah, I think it's probably on the edge of it then.
Fine.
So it's going north for the reader's benefit.
Right, so it flies through the difficult terrain. It emerges from that darkness in the northern part of the chamber. It's gone back to its sludge pool. When it gets to where it's got to, it launches its tendrils at Burple. Burple, what is your armor class without any armor? 10 plus your dexterity bonus, plus any magical armor class bonus conferred by wondrous items.
Like 13 or something?
If that, hang on. I think it's 12.
You're doomed. You're doomed.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah.
First attack, it hits up well. So that's the first attack is a hit. Second attack is a hit. The third
It
attack,
can't miss, can it?
it can on a 1. You take the following damage, and we're going to do them in 3 separate
But of course, my
allocations.
special power
Yeah,
kicks in.
Here we go.
You're doomed.
First of all, you take 14 points of acid
Yeah.
damage. Then you take another 14 points of acid damage.
Yeah.
And then finally
13.
13 points of acid
Yeah.
damage. And then you got to make 3 concentration saves to keep the wall of force in place that is keeping you all alive.
Okay.
But you're not going to roll those saving throws now.
Okay.
We're going to find out if you make those saves when we pick things up. No! Next week.
God's sake. All right.
We're doomed.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons and Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Prince of Red Hand and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Prince of Red Hand was written by Richard Pett. Music is from Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.